This morning on Good Morning Charleston, it is National Wear Red Day. The important warning signs women need to know about their #1 killer in America, heart disease. Plus, a traffic nightmare on I-26, the latest on that 18-wheeler that hit the College Park overpass and what Trooper Bob learned from officials as it was happening.
And happening now, search and rescue operations are underway after a plane with 10 people on board went missing over Alaska. I'll have the latest at the live desk.
Good morning, Charleston. I'm Mel Orland. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. First at 6, Trooper Bob out on the roads tracking traffic. And thank goodness, Bob, things are a little bit back to normal this morning, you could say.
Yeah, a lot going on yesterday for sure, but let me show you that spot we're talking about. This is the College Park Road overpass here, right at Interstate 26. I'm on the College Park side as far as Highway 78. So if you're down the 78 going over towards Berkeley County, the left lane is partially blocked, headed towards Interstate 26 westbound, but you can still get on the interstate. If you're coming from Berkeley County, let's say Treeland Drive, crossing the overpass headed out towards Highway 78, the right 2 lanes are the only lanes available to you. Please limit your distractions in this area because you're going to have to pay attention to the cones and the barricades as you navigate your way around this. 26 eastbound looks good. They did wrap up that construction zone. It's officially off the books between Jedburgh and Ridgeville, but we do have a disabled vehicle that's blocking the right lane around the 192 mile marker. So this is if you're coming from Ridgeville towards Jedburgh. This is around 2 miles before the Jedburgh interchange. Watch out for that vehicle that's blocking that right lane. Not seeing any delays on 526. Looks good out of Goose Creek on 52 out to the connector.
And looking at those drive times, going to take you 26 minutes on Highway 17 from Mount Pleasant to West Ashley and 19 minutes on 26 from Somerville to downtown.
This News 4 Traffic Tracker Update was sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
As you make your way out the door this morning, we are starting the day off dry and we are hanging on to those mainly clear skies. Watching a few showers work through the Midlands. I'll keep an eye on those, but looking dry as we kick off your Friday morning. Temperature is very nice and mild in the upper 50s to lower 60s, 59 in Beaufort, so that temperature dropped by a couple degrees. Now that's our cool spot. We're up to 61 in Charleston and in Walterboro and 63 in Somerville and Moncks Corner. We look at your Friday morning forecast as you pour your weather wheats. Again, we're starting off under those mainly clear skies. We'll hang on to a good deal of sunshine as we kick off the day before we see that cloud cover increase later on this morning. Temperature is going to be very nice and mild and we'll warm things up for your Friday afternoon. How warm will we get? Well, I'll tell you, we could be flirting with some record highs. We'll talk more on that coming up.
We've got an important notice for people in North Charleston. The Legends at Charleston Park neighborhood under a boil water advisory this morning. Officials say it's the result of an emergency water line repair. People living in the area are advised to boil their water for at least a minute before using it for drinking or cooking. Do not use any ice made from water that hasn't been boiled. Dorchester County Water and Sewer Department will notify you as soon as the water is deemed safe. You might remember us telling you about another boil water advisory earlier this week. There was an alert for people living in Coosaw Creek Monday afternoon. The advisory was canceled Wednesday. Water and Sewer Department officials tested that water and deemed it safe. That advisory was also due to an emergency water line repair. Developing overnight, one person died in a four-wheeler crash. State troopers say it happened just before 8 p.m. on Shady Grove Lane near Providence Lane. Troopers say the driver of that four-wheeler hit a culvert and tree. Nobody else was on the four-wheeler. We're working to learn the victim's identity this morning. Traffic, the good news, is back to normal this morning on the Don Holt Bridge. It was closed for 2 hours last night. Charleston Police Department reported all westbound lanes on I-526 were closed after a crash involving multiple vehicles on the bridge. Police tell us multiple people were injured. We're working to learn more information this morning. Safe to say it was a busy evening on the roads yesterday. Besides the crash on the Don Holt, traffic was backed up for miles on I-26 in the afternoon. State troopers tell us an 18-wheeler carrying equipment struck the College Park Road overpass at about 1 p.m. I-26 eastbound was shut down for a couple of hours. Authorities can't confirm if the load was an illegal size, but debris from the crash damaged at least 3 vehicles. No one was seriously hurt. State troopers say crews worked quickly and safely to reopen the interstate. Trooper Bob, though, was tracking the situation yesterday. Bob, what can you tell us about this crash? I mean, it involves the overpass, and you're talking about a semi hitting it.
Right, man. Let me show you the overpass here while I'm talking to you. So the official notified me minutes after the crash yesterday. He said, look, we're blocking the I-26 eastbound because of the damage to the bridge. They did see damage visible to them. So that traffic was starting to back up. So you're looking at between College Park Road and Somerville, that's around 4 miles of traffic that was backed up. And they had to exit it off the 203 mile marker at a single lane. And it was actually altogether was backed up towards Nexton overpass not too long after that, and the officials did shut the interstate right off at Somerville and had all that traffic exiting off Somerville, so you had to take Highway 78 to get around it. But it was obviously it was a big mess, but some good news, it is back open.
All right, Bob, thank you.
A Cessna plane with 10 people on board has gone missing during a flight in Alaska. The plane, operated by Bering Air, was en route from Unalakleet to Nome, both cities in western Alaska, separated by the Norton Sound Inlet. Now, the state police agency was notified at 4 p.m. yesterday of an overdue aircraft that had gone missing with 9 passengers and a pilot on board. Local fire departments are conducting active ground searches, but are limited on air searches due to poor weather and visibility. The U.S. Coast Guard and U.S. Air Force have stepped in to help with flights planned to scope out the area and try and locate that missing aircraft. This is a developing story, and I will bring you the latest information as it comes into our newsroom.
This morning, a 21-year-old man is waking up behind bars facing attempted murder charges. North Charleston police arrested 21-year-old Angelo Thompson yesterday in connection to a shooting at McDonald's. It happened a month ago on January 6th. One person was shot. Thompson is at Alcannon Detention Center. 6:06 right now, and about 300,000 women die from heart disease every year in the U.S. It's a staggering number, and that's why heart disease is the #1 killer for women. You might have noticed we are all wearing red today. Today is Wear Red Day, a day focused on raising awareness for heart disease in women. And Lauren, you spoke with a local doctor about warning signs and ways to keep a healthy heart.
Yeah, Mel, well, the cardiovascular disease kills more women than all forms of cancer, including breast cancer. Now, the doctor I spoke with said this is one of the reasons why raising awareness for heart disease is so important. Now, I had the doctor walk me through some of the warning signs for women who may experience heart issues. She says for women, the symptoms are more subtle, like being more tired than usual or nauseated. She describes a woman's symptoms as more discomfort rather than pain.
It can be a sticking pain, it can be a stabbing pain, it can be a dull aching pain, more of a discomfort than chest pain itself. And because of these very subtle symptoms, they ignore it. They think, oh, I'm just too tired, or I'm too stressed out, or I didn't sleep properly. And my favorite, I'm having a panic attack. I'm anxious. I'm just being extra dramatic. And all of this leads to delay in recognition that this is actually their heart or they're having a heart attack.
Now, as for prevention, Dr. Marin says one important message is that women have to be their own advocate. She says it's important for women to know their blood pressures, cholesterol, blood sugar, and body weight. She also says movement is key. Coming up in the next half hour, Dr. Marin explains the complicated relationship between hormone replacement therapy and heart disease in women. Working for you, Lauren Lennon, News 4.
All right, Lauren, thank you. And just ahead on Good Morning Charleston at 6:45, we're speaking live with someone from the American Heart Association to break down the important warning signs. We're really diving deep this morning that you need to be on the lookout for. Today also happens to be Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, and Palmetto Community Care is offering free testing. As an added incentive, people who get tested will receive a $10 gift card. It's happening today from 8:30 to 4:30 at 5064 Rivers Avenue. According to the Department of Public Health, 62% of people living with HIV or AIDS in South Carolina identify as African American, despite making up only 26% of our state's population. Hanahan Middle students saying goodbye to their old school in a special way. The Berkeley County School District moving forward with a multi-million-dollar project to demolish, renovate, and expand a new Hanahan Middle campus. Students and their families were able to take home a brick from the decades-old building yesterday. Current students and alumni of all ages showed up to say a bittersweet goodbye to the school.
When all of this was first announced that we would be getting a brand new school, demolishing the old building and rebuilding, so many of the community members reached out to us and they just wanted to have something to hold on to remember all of their special years at Hanahan Middle.
Renovations will include new classrooms, a gymnasium, science lab, and other resources. School district officials say the school will open in 2026.
We're going to be warming things up yet again as we close out the work and school week. How warm will we get? I'll tell you after the break.
And still to come, it's one of the worst flu seasons in years, the way the illness is impacting classrooms across the country. And later, we're taking you live to the Superdome as we're just days away now from the big game. The way New Orleans is gearing up to host thousands. That's ahead at 6:30. But first, the CEO of the company where $40,000 worth of eggs were stolen is speaking out about the heist and rising egg prices. ABC's Elizabeth Schultze has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the CEO at the center of the Pennsylvania egg heist is speaking out.
I've worked in other industries before where things get stolen from factories. It happens. It's terrible. I'm not happy about it, but it does happen.
Tom Flacco is the head of Pete and Jerry's Organic Eggs. Last Saturday, nearly 100,000 eggs worth $40,000 were stolen from a trailer at one of the company's facilities.
What was your reaction to learn that this happened, that this amount of eggs had been taken?
It is I guess, a small indication of just the popularity of eggs right now. We're finding the consumer interest for our product is greater than it's ever been, and we only expect it to continue.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how bird flu is driving up egg prices and causing shortages at the grocery store. With your GMA First Look, I'm Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
All right, as a look at the College Park Road overpass, if you're coming from Highway 78, just like this the traffic here, you're going to have the part of the left lane blocked headed towards Interstate 26 westbound. But don't worry, you can get on the interstate. If you're coming from Treeland Drive over towards this area, Highway 78, the right two lanes are the only lanes that are available to you. The structural engineers came out to look at the structural integrity of the bridge yesterday. They deemed it safe so far, but some lanes are closed. Interstate 26 eastbound, still got that disabled vehicle there, 192 mile marker. This is between the Volvo car interchange and the Jedburgh interchange. So if you're coming from Ridgeville around the 192, you're going to see that disabled vehicle 2 miles before the Jedburgh interchange. Watch out for that. Stay in the left lane to get around that one. No delays on 26 near College Park Road. As far as once you're past the bridge, not seeing anything as you make your way down towards University.
This News 4 Traffic Tracker Update was sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
It's a critical moment for President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Today, a Massachusetts judge is considering a lawsuit from multiple states. It challenges an executive order on ending birthright citizenship for the children of some immigrants. Now, the Trump administration is appealing a preliminary injunction from a similar case in Seattle. The administration is also bringing its own lawsuit against officials in Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago. It argues law enforcement there must turn over undocumented immigrants to ICE, even if their only crime is being in the U.S. illegally. Happening today, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is set to visit the Guantanamo Bay Naval Base. Trump wants to house thousands of immigrants in its migrant detention facility.
Good morning, Charleston. We're working for you with a Storm Tracker update.
We're dry and mild as you make your way out the door on this Friday morning. High pressure keeping us dry under those mainly clear skies. Check out these temperatures this morning. 61 in Charleston. There we are, just a few passing clouds. 61 in Somerville, 61 in Walterboro. Our cool spot right now, that's Beaufort, sitting at 59 degrees, very nice and mild, and 63 up into Moncks Corner. So if anything, you might just need to grab that light jacket as you make your way out the door. As you get the kids out the door this morning, we're looking dry, we're looking good. And even as we head into this afternoon, yes, we'll see a few more clouds work on into the area, but we'll be nice and warm with those temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. So they won't need that jacket this afternoon. But of course, we are going to see an increase in cloud cover. We'll start off your Friday morning with plenty of sunshine. As the morning and afternoon goes on, though, we'll bring in a few more clouds, and that's because we've got high pressure to our south with a cold front that'll approach from the north. Not looking to make it into the area this afternoon, but that's why we're going to see that increase in cloud cover. Rain chances are very low, not zero. An isolated shower can't be completely ruled out, but I think most of us will stay dry even as we go into the overnight hours, mostly cloudy with a quick passing shower. I want to talk about those temperatures. That near record warmth continues as we close out the weekend and head through the weekend. Our record high for today, that was set back in 2019 at 80 degrees. Today, forecasting 80 degrees. And that record for Saturday and Sunday also at 80, and we'll be approaching that with those highs in the upper 70s. Some changes on the way as we go into next week with those temperatures cooling down, but really we're still going to be near or above that average high of 62, which is bumped up to 63 into early on next week. We'll also bring back an unsettled weather pattern, which means some slight rain chances in the forecast.
One of the worst flu seasons in years is gripping much of the country. Andrea Fujii explains why some school districts had to cancel classes and allow students, teachers, and staff time to recover.
This morning, flu cases are surging in many parts of the country, forcing districts to cancel classes.
Right now, our 9-year-old is at home sick with the flu, type A. It's pretty tough. He has a fever, stuff like that.
Schools in at least 4 states are closing down today to allow students, teachers, and staff time to recover from illnesses.
The attendance hasn't been that great since we noticed, coming back off of winter break. A lot of the staff are getting hit hard with it, and they've been out for a week and a half at a time.
Doctors say this is one of the worst flu seasons they've seen in years, as the CDC reports a second surge in cases.
We're being inundated with patients needing to be hospitalized for influenza. Our emergency rooms are being visited to such a large extent.
The flu cases at high levels in at least 32 states now, along with an increase in cases of COVID, RSV, norovirus, which is being referred to as the winter quademic. While it's February, doctors say it's not too late to get a flu shot.
The way the season is extending at this point and with the severity, we would recommend everyone who hasn't had a vaccination to go out and try to get protected.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Stay with us. Still to come, we've got a massive recall alert to tell you about. The reason these LG products are a risk in your home. Plus, the neighborhood under a boil water advisory this morning in Dorchester County, and the message from water officials before you turn on the faucet.
Most accurate weather forecast.
Now for a little weather trivia on this Friday morning. I just checked my socials, and we've got a lot of people active on Twitter this morning. We'll talk about that here in 1 second. And a lot of people answering correctly, which is good because I did make this a little tricky this morning. So your question of the day, which of these is not a type of cloud? Is it A, cirrus, B, stratus, C, cumulus, or D, cirrus? So I need you to make note that you're going to have to read these choices very closely as you cast your vote. So again, which of these is not a type of cloud? Make sure you scan that QR code right there at the bottom of your screen. That'll take you over to my Facebook where I have this posted. You just comment your answer below. Or if you want to head over to Twitter, I've got that poll up, 31 votes. I just checked 2 minutes ago. We were at 27, so we'll take it. Again, which of these is not a type of cloud? Read those choices very closely. I'll have that answer posted on my social medias later on this evening, right around 6 o'clock.
Sources say the process for awarding new research funds is held up at the National Institutes of Health. This is despite new guidance this week that says some closed review meetings could proceed. However, some meetings were canceled this week, and there's concern this could mean delays for new research and loss of contractors because of issues paying them. The agency is the largest funder of biomedical research in the world. Heads up, if you have an LG range, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission put out a massive recall alert for 500,000 ranges with front-mounted knobs. But if you have one of these, you're not going to get a new one. You're just going to get a sticker. The ranges can turn on accidentally, causing a fire hazard. So far, there's been at least 86 reports of the ranges unintentionally turning on. More than 28 fires and at least 5 cases of extensive property damage. There's also been 8 reports of minor injuries and at least 3 cases of pets dying because of the fires. The appliance was sold at Best Buy, Costco, Home Depot, Lowe's, and on LG's website for 10 years, from 2015 through January of this year. You can go to LG's website where you'll get a warning label sticker that comes with placement instructions and a reminder to push a lock button when the range isn't being used. Stay with us. Coming up, we're taking you live to the Superdome as we are now just days away from the big game. The way New Orleans is gearing up to host thousands. That's next on Good Morning Charleston.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A snowy perseverance. This bluebird in Rhode Island grabs victuals despite the snow. Out west, views of early Thursday snowfall in the Seattle area. This scene right outside the Space Needle. And here's a trick you could try if freezing rain coats your car window. It worked for this person in Bristol. And in Reno, a look at partial Kelvin-Helmholtz clouds. These resemble dolphins in the Reno sunrise.
All right, here's a live look at College Park Road overpass. If you're coming from Highway 78 towards Berkeley County, the part of the left lane is blocked to get on Interstate 26 westbound. It is open right there at the light, but it's blocked before that. Also, if you're coming from Treeland Drive from Berkeley County, Crowfield, that area, allow extra drive time. I'm starting to see that traffic backed up because you only have the right 2 lanes available to you headed out towards Interstate 78. A little bit of a slowdown, 26 eastbound around University. Seeing a little bit of stop and go as that traffic merges from University onto Interstate 26. And also, let's back it up just a little bit there. If you're coming from Ridgeville, 192 mile marker, it's still there, so I want to tell you about it. There's a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane at the 192. That's 2 miles before the Jedburgh interchange.
This News 4 Traffic Tracker Update was sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
Alrighty, we're nice and mild as you step out the door on this Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 50s to low to mid 60s, depending on where you're at. 59 in Beaufort, 61 in Walterboro, Somerville, and Charleston, and 63 up into Monk's Corner. If anything, you'll just need that light jacket. Otherwise, we are off to a dry start to our day. Mainly clear skies prevail, watching some showers working through the Midlands right now. But as they're meeting up with that drier air, they are starting to dissipate. We look at your weekend forecast, looking mainly dry under a mix of sun and clouds. Temperature is going to stay warm in the upper 70s. We'll take one more full look at that forecast coming up here in just a little bit.
The countdown is on to Super Bowl 59. Right now, tens of thousands of very excited fans are arriving to New Orleans ahead of the big game. Megan Gillen joining us in the Big Easy with more on the events that are about to get underway. Hey, Megan, good morning.
Good morning, guys. This is a special day. We are live inside the convention center at the Super Bowl experience. And I'm telling you, this is the must-see thing to do if you are in town before the Super Bowl. Fans are going to be arriving later this afternoon, but we are saving you the trip. You don't have to be in New Orleans. We're going to show you everything that they're going to get to do here. Starting over here, this is the game day experience where you can try your hand at being a sports anchor. And then over here, guys, in the back corner, the Wilson guys, they're here showing you how these footballs are actually made, doing little tutorials. Pretty cool. And then you get to see what kind of an NFL player you might be. Test your skills right here. And I'll tell you what, fans have been eating this up. There were long lines just to get into the convention center. Take a look at their faces, their experiences. They've been walking in and enjoying some of this here this morning. We watched many of them walking through the shrines of some of their favorites, taking pictures with the Lombardi Trophy, and even attempting to kick their own field goal. Watch this.
I'm pretty disappointed in myself that I mixed the field goal. So, game's on the line right now, I'm missing, but hopefully one of those guys can step up.
How about you? What did you think?
It was really fun.
Was it harder than you thought?
Yes, ma'am. I kind of slipped.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks. What do you think, buddy?
It was hard.
It was hard? Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to doing next?
So everything. We're just going to try to hit it all up, see some players, just take our time, and just glad to be here.
I'm going to give it a shot myself. It looks like I'm going to have to wait. Someone else is teed up. Might be saved by the kick here this morning. But this is the fan experience, guys. The real experience. If you're trying to get into the Super Bowl, you ready for this? Cheapest ticket as of this morning, which, by the way, is far cheaper than what I've seen. $2,500 here this morning. And that's the nosebleed section, mind you. The most expensive ticket I found, $36,000. That was section 140-ish, but row one. So, maybe it's worth it. We'll see if this is worth it for me. We're live from the convention center here this morning. I'm Megan Gillen. Back to you guys.
A lot of fun down there, Megan. Thank you. Well, we've got an important notice for folks in North Charleston. The Legends at Charleston Park neighborhood is under a boil water advisory this morning. Officials say it's the result of an emergency water line repair. People living in the area are advised to boil their water for at least a minute before using it for drinking or cooking. Don't use any ice made from water that hasn't been boiled. Dorchester County Water and Sewer Department will notify you as soon as the water is safe. Following some developing overnight news, one person died in a four-wheeler crash. State troopers say this happened just before 8 p.m. on Shady Grove Lane near Providence Lane. Troopers say the driver of the four-wheeler hit a culvert and tree. No one else was on the four-wheeler. We're working to learn the victim's identity this morning.
Now to developing news about human remains found in Lexington County last month. The remains have been positively identified as 62-year-old Wayne Marcolini. Now, authorities say that Marcolini was reported missing back in January 2023 in West Columbia. Marcolini's remains were found after a Dominion Energy worker found them in a wooded area off of the Charleston Highway on January 19th. How Marcolini died is still under investigation.
Heart disease is responsible for taking the lives of 300,000 U.S. women every year. That's about one death every 2 minutes. Experts say heart disease also kills more women than all forms of cancer combined. You might have noticed we are all wearing our red today because today is Wear Red Day. It's a day focused on raising awareness for heart disease in women. Lauren Lennon spoke with a local doctor about ways that you can take care of yourself. Lauren?
Yeah, Mel, the doctor I spoke with walked me through some of the symptoms women may experience. She said they're more subtle than they would be in men. They include anything from being a bit more tired than the day before or a little nauseated, things that bring more discomfort rather than pain. She also brought up the interesting link between hormone replacement therapy and heart disease. Now, hormone replacement therapy is the sublimation of estrogen, progesterone, or even testosterone for women who are going through perimenopause or menopausal symptoms. She says hormone replacement therapy is pretty popular, and in the past it was thought to actually protect against heart disease, but current research suggests a more nuanced relationship.
women who are less than 60 years old or within the first 10 years of menopause, we know that hormone replacement therapy is actually beneficial and may even have cardiovascular benefits. But if you're starting hormone replacement therapy very late in life or several years, more than a decade after your menopause, there may be some increased risk to the heart itself. So it's not a one cookie size fits all. It's extremely important for the patient to understand what their risk is for heart disease, then bring that up to their provider to get a more personalized therapy for their menopausal symptoms.
Now, one important message Dr. Marin wanted to share is that women must be their own advocate when it comes to their health. She says it's important for women to note their blood pressures, cholesterol, blood sugar, and body weight. She also says movement is key. Now, Dr. Marin says women are at higher risk for heart disease at 65 years old, but because of environmental changes and dietary changes, that age is actually decreasing, and she now strongly recommends any woman over the age of 35 start getting to know your health. Working for you, Lauren Lennon, News 4.
We're going to take one more full look at that forecast, talk more on those above average temperatures, and when we could see our next best chance for rain coming up.
And our coverage of Wear Red Day continues. We sit down with someone from the American Heart Association to dive deeper into the risk factors that we all need to know.
About 350 passengers went up in flames overnight in Pennsylvania. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported. The 6-car train was headed from Philadelphia to Wilmington when the fire started near a station in Delaware County. Now, this involved a SEPTA train, that stands for Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority. A SEPTA official said the fire started in the area underneath the train, but quick action by the crew led to a safe evacuation before those flames engulfed the cars. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
Here's your Storm Tracker's certified most accurate weather forecast.
We're going to hang on to a mix of sun and clouds as we head through your weekend. We look to stay mainly dry, which is good because you've got the Save the Light half marathon and 5K coming up on Folly Beach tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. Again, a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures in the upper 50s at 7, lower 60s by 9, and we're into the upper 60s by 11 a.m. So anybody that's headed out to the event or participating, just make sure that you are staying hydrated. We will warm up as the day goes on.
You have probably noticed we are all wearing our red today. It's because today is Wear Red Day, a day to spread awareness about heart disease, the #1 killer for women in the U.S. Amber Mufale is the American Heart Association, with the American Heart Association. You're actually a chairperson this year.
Yes.
Correct?
That's correct.
And you're here to kind of talk a little bit about the day, why it's so important. And I want to ask you why you got involved with the American Heart Association.
My involvement actually goes all the way back to college.
Oh, wow.
I was an Alpha Phi at Boston University many years ago.
Yeah.
And our philanthropy was the American Heart Association. And I ended up being the philanthropy chair. And it's just such a great organization.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times women are left out of the research and the testing that we need for our heart health. And so it's just become a very important cause for me to make sure that we are all taking care of ourselves.
And I think something we were talking about, I mean, you can be otherwise healthy and believe you're healthy, but there can be issues that you experience with your heart. Kind of in your work with the American Heart Association, what have you seen in spreading your awareness?
Something that's been very surprising to me actually is just the number of women, young women, who are affected by this. I think it's something like 45% of women over the age of 20 are living with some form of cardiovascular disease. And you think, you know, I'm young, everything's fine, but it's really important to get to know your own statistics, your own blood pressure, your own kind of base norm. And so it's important to kind of establish that relationship with your physician when you're younger and just keep an eye so that if anything feels off, you can get into your doctor immediately.
Yeah, I was going to say it's so important to talk to with your doctor. I know I've learned this. My normal might be different than your normal.
Exactly.
And what's really the hope for today? You see people wearing red, and obviously there's a big message to spread.
Yes. The message today is just pay attention, be aware. Our mission is to spread awareness, to educate women and people, everyone, to make sure that they're taking care of their health. We wear red to make sure that women are seen, heard, and counted when it comes to our health care. And so, we ask everybody, wear your red today, share it on social media, tag us at American Heart SC, and you can also add the hashtag #WearRedCHS.
And I know so many people, I mean, we talk about it every year. I've been wearing red ever since I've been in TV news, but you're shocked to hear it really is heart disease. That's the #1 killer. It's not cancer, it's heart disease.
It is.
So.
Yep.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much
it.
for having us.
Stay with us. Still to come, one of our top stories from yesterday, a traffic nightmare on I-26, the latest on that 18-wheeler that hit the College Park overpass, and what Trooper Bob learned as it was happening.